We appreciate everybody attending what we're calling the episode 1 of our webinar series. So here's what we've got planned for today. I'm looking at the attendee list, and we've got a whole bunch of attendees here today. And some of you are customers of ours, and some of you are not. So we're going to go over a quick little background about TopBuilder for those that don't know us. We won't spend a lot of time on it. We'll give you a little bit of background on the topic and why we chose this topic for our first webinar. We've got a couple poll questions that we're going to go through. We're going to do these really, really quickly, and a lot of this helps me determine what kind of words do I use and how to conduct the demo and the presentation, and then we'll dive into the subject. Now, what we're going to do is when it comes to the topic itself, CRM and calendar integration for new home sales, what we're going to focus in on is the why. I mean, why do we care about this? We'll talk a little bit about how it's done, and it's a little bit difficult to demo these things because we're tying your TopBuilder CRM into your calendar and your emails. So it's a little tough to demo it, but we're going to do the best we can to show you some screenshot examples. And I prepared some examples this morning using myself as a new home sales professional. And then we'll wrap up with a quick Q&A. And Lana will collect the questions out of the chat box there, and then we'll discuss next steps. All right. So a little bit about us. For those of you who don't know us, we started TopBuilder in 2008. And the company itself, our employees, well, our spouses, and our founders, including myself, have a lot of experience in both the real estate area and CRM and software. I myself was the CRM manager for Hewlett-Packard for 11 years and was a consultant for many years. So there's a deep, deep background in CRM, but then there's also the real estate and the new home sales experience. And we literally have thousands of new home sales professionals using TopBuilder. It's hard to keep up with the count because it changes every day, but it's over 5,000 realtors, new home sales professionals, and hundreds of builders and brokers. And we're located in Houston and Georgia, at least at the time. Besides the calendar integration, just so you all know, we do focus on CRM, which is specifically designed for new home sales. This includes sales automation and workflow, email marketing. We write a home builder newsletter or a real estate newsletter for you guys who are customers. We help our builders and our real estate professionals with marketing strategy and marketing implementation. And we're really heavy on analytics with new releases coming out this year around monitoring your marketing and sales programs, your online sales programs, and a big focus on 2021 will be on managing online leads, which is important. It's been important for a long time, but it's still very important. And if anybody wants to know any more about this, please reach out to us on our website and request a demo. Okay, so I'm going to kick it off with a quick poll question, and these will go fast. So let me get over here and select the first poll, which is, and this helps me quite a bit. Is it launched? Oh yeah, it's launched, and we've got some. We don't have anybody voting yet, so please vote in the poll so we know what kind of calendar and software you're using. Oh, no, I'm sorry, I closed it. Okay, let's go. Well, I don't know how to get it back. So we'll move on to the next poll question. Sorry for that. So the next poll question is, what calendar, how do you manage tasks and appointments today? Do you use your company calendar like email, like Outlook or Google calendars? Do you have scheduling software? or to use something else. And literally, we do have builders that use and realtors that use whiteboards to manage some of these things, believe it or not. Okay, 100%. Well, half of you voted, so let me give you a second. Okay, for the sake of time, I'll go ahead and close this. So half of you, no, 100% of you are using something like Outlook or Google, maybe iCloud or Apple calendars to schedule appointments and communicate with your customers. I'm surprised by that, but what I wanted to tell everybody here, and I made a big note on this slide, that TopBuilder uses TopBuilder to do these things. So TopBuilder as a company internally, we've been using the calendar and the email synchronization. We use Outlook or Office 365, and we've been using this for quite a while. And you'll see it because I'm going to risk opening up my calendar for you guys and showing you some of these appointments and what they look like. And you'll see that it's actually showing up on my Outlook, which is fantastic. Okay, so why this topic right now, especially with the first one? Well, first of all, we wanted to announce to everybody that we do have a webinar series, and this is the first in the series. We're going to have a link to this on our website. This is the webinar series website right now, and it will have a listing of all our upcoming webinars and recordings for our past webinars. So you can go here at any time and find the webinars or the old ones and watch the recordings. But we're also going to publish at the end of the month a newsletter that includes a list of all the webinars for the month. Okay, and we're doing 3 a month. We're going to rotate between educational webinars, best practices, and feature spotlights to spotlight certain features of TopBuilder, which is what we're doing right now. Okay, so all right, so let me close this poll. Actually, I was trying to show you that web page. Here's the web page here, topbuildersolutions.com/webinars. And again, a link to this will be in the final presentation that we email out to everybody. Okay, so why are we doing this? First of all, we literally speak with over 1,000 new home sales professionals a year through International Builder Show, demos, speaking engagements, webinars, literally 1,000 of you folks a year. And we listen, we hear what you're saying, and one of the common things we hear from everybody is that it's really, really difficult, especially now when many of our builders are on appointment-only model visits. And I don't know if you guys are doing that or not, but most builders are appointment-only. You just can't walk into a model these days with COVID. Hopefully that'll stop soon. But even without all that, coordination between your online sales managers, your on-site agents, the realtors that you're working with, customers, management teams, and having the ability to communicate and follow up is really hard to do without this all tied together to your company calendar or your company email. So that's why we're talking about this, because we want to bring all this together into your device or your calendar where most people live these days, and then you can have all your alerts, all your appointments, all your tasks, everything in one place, and that's synchronized with TopBuilder. Okay, so little bit more about that. First of all, again, coordinating between your online sales folks, your on-site teams. Some of you don't have that, but you may have a design center where you're scheduling appointments. Of course, with your customers, your realtors or agents that you work with, your management team and your developers. But what we need to do is we need to make sure everything is tied together to your calendar and your emails. And I don't think that group is practicing social distancing there, but the whole point is, everybody's working together. with any new opportunities that come in, follow-up tasks that are happening, you're communicating with your customers, not just through the calendar, but also through your email. So if you're using Outlook and you want to send out a communication from TopBuilder, whether it be a follow-up email, whether it be an email campaign or newsletter, it goes through your Outlook, and which is fantastic because, well, you don't have that third-party stamp on the thing. It's a little bit more personal. You can see the bounce backs real time in your Outlook. But of course, what we're also communicating and coordinating here is on-site appointments or appointments at the model, appointments at the design center. Some of you have both models and design centers. And then you can view the history of these things. You know, when did they come in? Did they keep the appointment? Was it canceled? Did we have to reschedule? But then you can go into the opportunity itself and say, oh, well, you know, we had an appointment last week at the model. Now we have an appointment at the design center. Oh, now we have another appointment with their agent. Okay, this is fantastic stuff. Okay, and we do keep that in the history in TopBuilder, but having the appointments carved out separately, I think, is really important to see. Now, obviously, it's very important that we don't want to miss any deadlines or appointments. Obviously, consistent and timely follow-up is important, and consistent communication and everybody working together. And I will tell you personally that, you know, if I didn't get something on my calendar or an alert, an email alert, I would definitely miss stuff. Okay. And my team would miss stuff. Our other agents and builders would miss stuff because it's really, really hard to keep on top of all these things. And you don't always want to go into TopBuilder looking for stuff to do. It's best if it tells you when things are due. And that, again, a calendar appointment or an alert for a task, a new lead, whatever it is, you have it right there in front of you. Okay, cool stuff. All right, so moving on to the next slide here. And so, you know, if you're working with a good home builder CRM, you'll have this all in one place, connecting it all to your calendar. And I'm going to refer to it as your company calendar for the rest of this webinar. But that's why this is so important. And I think I'm repeating myself here, and it's worth repeating because it's just that important to have all these things in one place. And then obviously you have the history again, where everybody can go in and see any notes, any history, any appointments, all in a cloud-based system. Okay, so how do you make this happen? A cloud-based CRM that's specifically designed for home builders is critical to this. And what we're going to do, and this is sort of new to a lot of people, I think, you know, scheduling on-site appointments is not new, but what is new to our users, our customers, and ourselves is tying in activities to your calendar. And what we mean by activities is you have a new lead that comes in. It puts the first follow-up appointment or first step in the follow-up plan actually on your calendar to say, hey, we've got a new lead. You need to follow up with them tomorrow before lunch. And when you cancel that appointment or you move the date, it moves it on your calendar. But that way, when tasks are due, you know about them on your calendar. You even get alerts in your email, but it's really, really helpful because I know everybody these days lives on their calendar to have those show up on their calendar. Now, there's other things like automated emails that may go out. You may have a drip campaign for some of your prospects that have gone dead or silent on you, and you may create a follow-up plan that sends out automated emails. Well, those will also be on your calendar so that you know they're going out. And obviously, if you've just talked to them for some reason and you want to stop it, you can click on a link on that calendar appointment, go in there and cancel the appointment or cancel the email. This will also remind you when your newsletter is going out, if you're using our newsletter as well. And obviously appointments are going to show up there too. Now, one of the fantastic things about all of this is not just the calendar, but if you're using our pricing module or you're using TopBuilder send one-on-one, one-to-one email communications, other communications with your clients, your database, it will go through your Outlook as well, which is a bit of a personal touch, so that you know, if you have an individual email, you can just open it up, send it from TopBuilder, but it will go through your Outlook. It originates in TopBuilder, but it goes through your Outlook. Super cool. And then, of course, it still records the history. It still records the fact that they opened it or clicked on links, all the things that you would expect. Okay. Now, I've got some examples here. We're going to go ahead and show this to you. And just because it's kind of hard to show you all the appointments, I'm going to try to do that in my calendar. I do have some examples here, and I'll jump in and show you this in the demo in a second. But what we've got is right here, a new lead comes in. Let me see if I can get my pencil out. Yeah, cool. So we have a new lead that comes in. This is what it looks like in my inbox. But we have a new lead that came in. It's on my calendar, and it says, hey, look, you've got a new lead, and you need to call them because it was assigned to you, by somebody else, but you have a follow-up task to go handle. Then you may have an appointment down here to visit the model that, they're coming to visit you in the model or the design center. It provides the details of what's going on the calendar appointment. Of course, when is it, and when, and the details, the location, it's at the model home, and it has a link to go into that lead in TopBuilder so you can get more information. I mean, we can't put all the information on the appointment itself, but we certainly can give you as much detail as maybe the critical details. And what's over here, this came right off of my calendar, so I wanted to show you guys what this looks like on my calendar, and then I'll show you another one when I actually create it or originate it from TopBuilder. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to jump into the software, and okay, so you see here that I'm already logged in, and the first thing that you're going to see is our dashboard. And what I want to show you real quickly is that you can have your agenda on here, which is actually tied to your Outlook or your Google Calendar. And sorry, I goofed up that poll question. That's why I have it. But I'll assume you guys are on Google or Outlook. And you can see here that on my daily agenda, which is also on my calendar in my Outlook calendar, I've got my appointments, and I can go on to future days, of course, from here. But this is today, and these appointments are in my Outlook as well, with a link to go into them in TopBuilder. But if I have a lead, and let's say I get an alert, and that alert says, you have a new opportunity, click on the link. It's going to take you to that opportunity in TopBuilder, like you see here. And so you've got all their contact information, you've got their agent information, you've got history, you've got next steps, you've got follow-up tasks. These follow-up tasks, by the way, are on your calendar as well. If they're assigned to you, at least. All these ones are assigned to me. So these are on my TopBuilder, on my Outlook calendar. Okay, but let's say we've working with the client, and we want to schedule an appointment for the design center or the model. We can just go in here and click on the appointment button, and it's going to pull up an appointment scheduling system that says, okay, well, we've got these two agents, myself and Jill Baker, working in this community. And so I have their calendars up here and what is currently on their calendars and what their availability is. So I can go in here and say, okay, well, it looks like Dave at 11 o'clock is free. Of course, I can go to different views. I can go to a full week. I can go to the month. I can look at this from left to right in a timeline, what we call a timeline view. Just the work week itself, and you guys are realtors or new home sales professionals. You don't have a normal work week, so the default will be full work week. But if I go in here to this day and I say, okay, well, they want to come out today at 11, I can go ahead and say, all right, well, I'm going to do this at 11 o'clock today. It's going to be a 2-hour meeting because we're going to go over pricing and amenities for the community. We're going to drive around the community, all these kind of things. The agent will be with them. Their agent names here, and then we can put the notes. Okay, they're bringing the entire family. Hopefully they're wearing masks, and we'll go ahead and schedule that. Okay, so you see now that it popped on my calendar, and that will also be on my Outlook calendar. Now, on the appointment itself, you will see it's going to give you the details. It's going to give you the location, the description, and then all the details that came from the appointment on who the agent is, are they participating, and then we have a link here. Now, you're already in TopBuilder, but this link will be in your Outlook so that you can pull it up at any time. All right, I mean, that was a very quick demo. We are also showing, by the way, the pink ones are showing, or I guess it's pink, but they're showing that the agent is not available during that time. And the white items, okay, are task reminders. Those are set to be available. It's just a task reminder. And so it's not showing that time at 9 o'clock in the morning being blocked out. Okay? So let's go ahead and we're going to take a chance. We're going to go open up my Outlook calendar, and it's ugly, so bear with me on that for just a second. And so if I open this up, I will see today, here's that appointment. So I have those tasks that came out that said I had a new lead. Okay, showed up on my Outlook calendar. There you go. Whoopsie. And then we have the, I just want to open it. There we go. Double clicking's not working. But here's the appointment on my calendar that I just set for this morning. Okay? So at 11 a.m. to it's a 1-hour meeting from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Right there on my calendar. And then what I can do is I can click into it. I can close out the appointment, say they kept the appointment. I can cancel it. I can reschedule it, all within TopBuilder as well. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and flip back over to the presentation. And we went pretty quick here, but hopefully we got the point across. And we'll go ahead and wrap up with Q&A. Lana, do we have, I see we have some questions.
Okay, there must be something going on with my setting because I do not see questions. Dave?
Yes, our friend from Outhouse, Kevin, is on. And thanks, Kevin. So, yes, we can track multiple individuals per opportunity. Absolutely. There are, well, multiple contacts. So we do have a primary contact, but there's secondary contacts that can be, a spouse, a partner, a family member, who you can add as many contacts. It could be your inspector. It could be your mortgage lender. It could be anybody that you can add to the opportunity. But adding your agent is a complete separate task. You add your agent separately. As the agent that's representing you on the deal, And that way you're tracking that agent, and the agent is also included on the email communications, and they can be scheduled into the appointments as well. Cool. All right. I've got the questions in front of me, so I think you may be seeing them, but where on the instructions to set up a link to the Outlook calendar to TopBuilder? Very good question. So I'm going to show you that right in the software itself. I'm in the demo account right now, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to go into the live account. And all right, I'm in the live account now. And what I'm going to do is go under setup. And it says set up email and calendar integration right there. And then what you'll do is you'll click on register a new account. And by the way, there's a video on this. I'll tell you what, I'll produce a link to the video on this. But what you'll do is you'll put your email address in there, and your email address will recognize it as an Outlook or Gmail or another account. Then you'll put in your Outlook password or your Gmail password, and it'll connect it to TopBuilder. And then once it's connected, you can go in here and set your preferences on it. Which calendar do I want to use? So you can see I have multiple calendars here. Birthdays, some random calendar, don't know what that is. But you can, because you can have multiple calendars, you can specify the calendar I want to use. And then how do I want to use it? Okay. How do I want to use this account? And I've got all mine set up. So that's really, really cool. Okay. And let me go ahead and show you, since the question came up, I'm going to log out. I'm going to go to the login page. And right here, we'll produce a link to this when we send the follow-up. There's a video on how to set up your Outlook calendar, your Gmail calendar, and then it's got the step-by-step instructions that I just went through for you right here. Hopefully that helps. So I'll make sure we get that in the follow-up. Okay. Fantastic. Does anybody have any more questions? We have a lot of people on, so I'm surprised, but either I did a really good job or a really bad job. But hopefully this works for you guys, and wait for the email. And if you have any questions, you want a demo, you can go ahead. We'll provide a link to sign up for that, and a link to the presentation, a link to the recording, and a link to this page, which is how to set up your calendar integration.